Welcome to Gentleman Explorer YT, where we explore the bizarre, the shocking, and the truly unsettling. Today, we're diving into the world of cinema's darkest corners, revealing the top 10 darkest movies in history. Let's start the countdown. Number 10. A Clockwork Orange, 1971. What if society could erase your free will and turn you into a perfect citizen? This is the chilling story of a man whose mind is forcefully reprogrammed in a dystopian future. A Clockwork Orange, directed by Stanley Kubrick, is a disturbing exploration of free will, social control, and the darker aspects of human nature. The film follows Alex DeLarge, a delinquent youth who leads a gang of misfits, engaging in acts of ultra-violence and sexual assault for fun. After being caught by the police, Alex volunteers to undergo an experimental treatment called Ludovico's technique, a form of aversion therapy that conditions him to associate violent impulses with intense feelings of nausea and fear. As Alex loses his ability to choose his actions, he becomes a symbol of the consequences of state control over the individual mind. The film raises unsettling questions about the morality of controlling behavior and the loss of personal freedom. With its iconic imagery, haunting score, and controversial themes, A Clockwork Orange remains a powerful and thought-provoking exploration of humanity's darkest instincts. Number 9. Oldboy, 2003. What would you do if you were imprisoned for 15 years, only to be freed with one mission? Revenge? After being mysteriously locked away in a private prison for 15 years, Daisu is released without explanation. Consumed by rage and confusion, he embarks on a quest for revenge against those responsible for his confinement. Along the way, Daisu meets Mido, a young woman who helps him in his search. As he unravels the mystery of his captivity, Daisu uncovers a shocking and tragic twist. His captor has orchestrated everything, manipulating him into a cruel, soul-crushing plot of revenge. In Oldboy, the themes of vengeance, fate, and the destructive nature of the past come together in a gut-wrenching climax. Number 8. Joker, 2019. One bad day, that's all it takes to turn someone into a monster. This is the origin story of one of the world's most notorious villains. Arthur Fleck, a failed comedian with a fractured mind, struggles to survive in the grim and unforgiving streets of Gotham City. Living with mental illness, Arthur is ignored, ridiculed, and abused by society. His desperation to be loved and accepted leads him to a series of tragic events that transform him into the infamous Joker. As Arthur's sanity deteriorates, he embraces violence, becoming a symbol of chaos in a city on the brink of collapse. The film delves into themes of mental illness, societal neglect, and how the fractured society we live in can breed monsters. By the end of Joker, we realize that a single moment can break someone and give birth to a villain. Would you snap? In Arthur's shoes, share if you believe society creates its own monsters. Number 7. Cloud Atlas, 2012. What if every decision you made rippled across time? Cloud Atlas shows how our actions shape the past, present, and future in ways we can't imagine. Spanning 6 different time periods, Cloud Atlas weaves together 6 interconnected stories, from a 19th century Pacific island to a post-apocalyptic future. Each story explores themes of power, control, and the impact of human actions on generations to come. As the characters make choices that influence the fate of others, the film reveals the profound interconnection between lives across time. From the struggle for freedom against tyrannical forces to personal redemption and sacrifice, the film demonstrates that our actions echo through eternity, reminding us that we are all connected, no matter how far apart we may seem. Number 6. Dancer in the Dark, 2000. What if the only way to escape your harsh reality is through a dream? In this heartbreaking story, music becomes a lifeline, but it may not be enough. Selma, a Czech immigrant living in America, works tirelessly in a factory to save money for her son's eye operation, knowing he'll inherit her degenerative condition. Despite her own failing eyesight, Selma clings to hope, escaping into her love for musicals. As she imagines herself as the star of these fantastical musical numbers, she dreams of a better life for her son. But tragedy strikes when her neighbor steals her savings. Selma's world unravels, leading to devastating consequences. Dancer in the Dark is an emotional journey of sacrifice, the harsh realities of immigrant life, and the power of imagination in the face of injustice. What would you sacrifice for your loved ones? Tag someone who would give everything for family. Number 5. The Skin I Live In, 2011. What happens when revenge goes beyond the flesh? In this shocking tale, a surgeon pushes the boundaries of science and sanity. Dr. Robert Ledgard, a renowned plastic surgeon, is obsessed with creating a synthetic skin that can withstand burns and injuries. But his obsession takes a dark turn when he kidnaps a mysterious woman, Vera, and begins performing horrific experiments on her. As the film unfolds, we learn that Vera is actually Vicente, a man who was transformed by Ledgard as an act of revenge for the tragic death of his wife. Ledgard's need for control and his thirst for vengeance lead to a terrifying and twisted exploration of identity, gender, and scientific ethics. As Vera's true identity is revealed, we are faced with a disturbing question: how far can a person go in the name of revenge? And at what cost? Number 4. There Will Be Blood, 2007. What happens when one man's hunger for power becomes all-consuming? This film shows how far ambition can take you into darkness. Daniel Plainview, an oil prospector, is a man on a mission to amass wealth and power at any cost. His journey through the desolate landscapes of early 20th century California is marked by manipulation, greed, and an insatiable thirst for control. Daniel's rise to power is challenged by Eli Sunday, a young preacher who tries to oppose him. Their clashes, one rooted in religion, the other in raw capitalism, build to an explosive confrontation that symbolizes the devastating cost of unchecked ambition. Daniel's success comes at the expense of his morality, his family, and ultimately, his sanity. The film concludes with a shocking and violent finale that leaves Daniel standing alone, a king in his empire of ashes. Would you sacrifice everything for power? Comment below if you think ambition is worth the cost. Number 3. 1995. 7 Sins. 7 Murders. 1 Twisted Mind. This film will make you rethink what's right and what's wrong. Detectives David Mills and William Somerset are tasked with investigating a series of grisly murders. Each victim represents one of the 7 deadly sins: gluttony, greed, sloth, envy, wrath, pride, and lust. As they follow the clues, the detectives are pulled deeper into a philosophical and moral quagmire. John Doe, the killer, leaves behind disturbing symbols that force the detectives and the audience to grapple with deep questions about sin and morality. The final devastating twist leaves everyone in shock. The last 2 sins are revealed in a way that challenges the very idea of justice, leaving the detectives and viewers questioning if there is ever a true balance in the world. Number 2. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Directed by Jonathan Demme. A brilliant mind locked away, a savage killer on the loose, but the most dangerous game might be the one inside your head. Clarice Starling, a rookie FBI agent, is sent to interview the infamous Dr. Hannibal Lecter, a genius psychiatrist and cannibalistic serial killer, hoping he can help catch another serial killer, Buffalo Bill. But Lecter isn't just any criminal, he's an intellectual predator. He toys with Clarice's emotions, offering cryptic clues about Buffalo Bill's identity in exchange for personal details about Clarice's past. As Clarice digs deeper into the mind of Lecter, she must walk a fine line between trust and manipulation. But when Lecter escapes, Clarice faces the real danger: him. The film takes us on a journey into the human psyche, where we discover that the line between predator and prey can blur in the most chilling of ways. And here we are at the final countdown. Lucky number 1. Requiem for a Dream, 2000. This film will make you question every dream you've ever had. What happens when addiction steals not just your future, but your soul? In Requiem for a Dream, we follow 4 individuals, each desperately chasing a dream, but they're all bound by their addictions. Harry and Tyrone want to start a business, but heroin pulls them deeper into a cycle of despair. Marion's fashion dream crashes as she too becomes enslaved by addiction. And Sarah, desperate to fit into society's beauty standards, turns to amphetamines in an attempt to lose weight for a TV show. Their lives spiral as they fall victim to the overwhelming power of their vices, leading to a tragic and irreversible collapse. This is a story of dreams destroyed, of hope turned into a nightmare, and the inescapable grip of addiction. If these films had you questioning everything about human nature and society, you're not alone. If you want to explore more of these dark and mind-bending topics, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. No need to beg. Just click if you're ready to keep exploring the bizarre side of life. Thanks for watching. and stay curious.